easier to focus, and it almost works like a garage. However, you still got to watch those tower stairs. Deadly to get shot from behind.
You do, and it looks as though, like you said, bomb site will be in the basement here.
They are bringing the rook, though. Good not to see the no rook meta here, as it's difficult to pull that off. Interesting that they went with a pulse, though. Definitely going to try and catch them off guard. Either they're going to roam with him, or perhaps just have him sit and try and spot them on the floor. For example, you can tell, hey, they're in the lobby, hey, they're in the meeting room. Something that can be really useful to whoever your roamer is roaming around. And we've got Falco on Jaeger. I highly expect he's going to be roaming here.
Yep.
And we already see that.
Yeah.
He's gonna get droned out there, but then they're gonna be like, oh, he's over here, and predict that. It looks like we're gonna see a 6-court roaming with that pulse, though, so that's gonna be good, especially if he starts calling stuff out for Falco. They're gonna make a good team.
Yeah, it looks as though we've got a lot of the defenders off-site.
Yeah.
Jaeger here in meeting hall, and 2 of them are going to be upstairs.
I think that's what you do when you want to play unpredictability is, as we saw in the previous match, switching up and having your roamers playing a lot more off-site than you would expect. But the thing about doing that is they all need escape plans. They all need a way to get back to site or at least get away from their spots. Otherwise, they end up being a death trap.
Yeah, and as you said, this is where Spoken's going to be up here looking towards the drop hatch, making sure that, hey, if Thermite comes in, isn't paying attention to the ceiling, he'll regret it.
Yeah, he did his gadget. Now he can come up here and freely use that up to do some damage. Renshiro being a little aggressive, though, pushing into that blue hall.
Yeah, and so top of meeting hall, we have 3. Looks as though we've got, if we head over here to Capital, he's repelled inside a red. Now the wall's been reinforced, so he won't get through. He's going to have to work his way down into the meeting hall site and potentially towards those back stairs.
He seems a little confused as to how to approach this. Poor Drid. He definitely wants to do something. He knows there's something going on around here. He knows they reinforced it for a reason, but Wesker just countered that reason.
Yeah, so he picks up the headshot onto Castle. So still plenty of time for the defenders to get things going and have the attackers get things going as well. Looks as though he throws a nade to open up most of the floor. Now Castle's head, or I'm sorry, Paul's head gets barely covered up by the wall and the holes that the nade had made. So a couple bullets from Pulse, though, will go into the side of Wesker. Not killing him just yet, and Drid is there to pick up the kill onto square, or 6 court. So Goga down looking at the main stairs, not seeing anyone on the bottom there. And we are going to have Thermite going over to that drop hatch. He will open it up still with 60 seconds left to go. We see Blackbeard at the top of the floor here.
If I was gBots, I'd be like, where's Falco at this point? You know he's still somewhere.
Know, right? So here he is. He's managed to make his way over into dining. And I don't believe that they've even droned this out. He's managed to evade detection. He's gonna
be crucial if they get that laundry hatch open. They're gonna be so focused on it, they're not gonna be able to watch their backs. And Falco proving that already.
Gets that first kill onto Wesker. That's gonna be a dead sledge. Now he was only at 50 health, but that did cost him his life trying to rush into kitchen there. So let's stick an eye on Falco and see what undersues in the last 35 seconds of the round. Pre-fires doesn't get anyone, but still, now his position is given away. 4-3 right now, 30 seconds left to go on the clock. And we do have the remaining defenders down here, which is those smokes are gonna go in. Capital's gonna throw an arrow, Incendiary. He's gonna drop and push Valkyrie. Valkyrie from behind, and there it is. It's gonna be a couple shots, but Valkyrie gets the deagle onto his head. And now it is 3-2, 15 seconds left to go. Thermite's trying to plan on top of the laundry. Gago's at the top of the drop hatch, and it will be a Capital Incendiary arrow to finish off Renshiro. So Yunktis, a little bit sloppy there on the top floor, costing them the round because there were only 2 defenders left to be on site.
I think Wesker getting in there and putting that dent in early made a huge difference because they had that top floor. They got, oh, we're gonna control this top floor. We've got all our roamers up here, except for Falco to rotate around. Falco was the only one who played it smart. I mean, it was nice, kind of baiting Wesker out a little bit with those pulse shots and kind of keeping him busy. But without an escape route up there, without a place to kind of go after you do that, you're just getting yourself killed up there. And we saw they were very spread out. They were ready for a lot of roam play. They weren't ready for that many roamers, but they were ready to deal with roamers. And that was what was important there. Hopefully next time we'll see them a little more well-adjusted for it. But I've seen a lot of teams playing roamers up in the storms and just getting them killed because they don't hide effectively. You saw Falco played it much more effectively on the floor below.
Yeah, and Falco unfortunately had to relieve his team and move away from his team, but left the other 2 to be killed upstairs. But,
those 2 should have been able to defend themselves, and I think Pulse should have been able to do a better job of, for example, knowing Wesker was making that approach. But the Pulse nerf hurt a lot of ability for him to catch people out without putting himself in more compromising positions.
So, as we get get into the attack phase. We do see the bomb site on the top floor.
Interesting. Not sure if they're going with their secondary site or if they're going like a site that they just feel like we were stronger on this one.
So here we go. We do have one defender. It's going to be Gago, who is on the first floor. No, he's all the way down in the basement. And this is going to be his lurking spot here.
Sometimes the 2-floor away strategy, I think, works pretty well because your chances of getting caught early are much lower than being the floor below, where they're likely to come in anyways. But we are seeing interesting they are bringing a mute to try and stop a lot of that droning from coming in to that particular bomb spot.
And here comes a fight between Drid playing mute and Blackbeard, but it looks as though Buck is going to pick him up from underneath with a headshot. So that's going to allow Blackbeard to get inside of that armory closet.
That's going to make a big difference there in being able to pinch that hallway for sure.
Yeah, you kind of trapped yourself in there. Once you know that you're stuck in there, someone's underneath, someone's coming up the stairs. I mean...
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of playing armory just because there's no escape route for you out except jumping out the window.
Yep, true. Very true. So, 5-4 right now, getting into the last half of the map, last half of the time here. And Yogurts has managed to make his way into into the master bedroom. Just shooting the sandbags there where he might have spotted Valkyrie. Not quite sure what he's able to see, but...
Gave away his position, though.
He did.
Not a great thing to do in a situation where you're all alone like this and no one to trade for you if someone manages to get you.
So he's got to know that Valkyrie is there. He wouldn't be firing so many shots into the floor there, or into the sandbags. It looks as though Blackbeard's back inside the armory, looking down the hallway, and Lion wants to get the peek. Is he going to be greedy enough for the shot? No, he's going to sit back and just wait his time. He knows that the wall was blown. He knows Blackbeard's going to be hiding and just waiting for the peek.
Attackers being very patient here. They've already got one guy down. They're going to be able to push pretty hard if they can get in position.
Yeah, and looks as though Yogurts picks up the kill onto Wesker. So 5-3, Capitaz outside, and it's Gago trying to get in the fight with him. And he doesn't get the shots off. Doesn't get the kill, but Spoken is very, very injured out here on the front patio. So a couple of shots go in, and Goga will go down. And Spoken picks up the kill, but I don't think he realizes that Smoke is right there as well. So Smoke is ready to get out of there, but the diffuser has not been planted just yet. Looks as though the last man alive will be for the defense side Lion, who was nicked down to about 25 health left. Coming up the stairs right where Buck is. He's probably got the shotgun in hand, ready for the fire, but the shotgun from Lion is stronger, and the shotgun in the back of the chest, or the back of Thermite, will down him, not kill him, but Blackbeard is there to pick up the kill.
Nice play by Blackbeard. He had to pull off that shot quick, or that shotgun was going to do a lot of damage, but it is a pump-action shotgun, and there's a good chance it might not have downed him in the process, making it kind of a dominating fight for Blackbeard there in a situation where he's trying to use a shotgun at a range he's not going to do a whole lot with, other than trying to hope he can maybe drop shot it real quick. Definitely a good fight, though.
I kind of feel like if I was Thermite, I would, once I know my teammate died right on the stairs, I'd stop defusing and turn and look, because there was still a 4v1. You still had that opportunity to get the bomb planted. We weren't down to the 5 seconds left in the round. So
I think he was hoping that at that point, hey, I've got this close enough now that I just need to get it down in case I die. And in that situation, sometimes it's like one of those panic calls.
Yep.
But in that situation, I feel like it almost worked. But like you said, paying attention to your teammates can be hard when it's down to those last-minute situations. And it can be tricky to make a call whether or not you stick a plant.
Yeah, definitely. So we are going to see bomb site up here for Yunktis. Yunktis is up here. They were not able to successfully hold, or sorry, they were able to successfully hold the basement, which is why
so they're forced up here. I think that means that they like the basement a bit more.
Yep.
But we saw why. They defended it successfully. They also want to be able to rotate in and out here of that attic, which is, I think, arguably almost always worth it. As long as you can control that attic space, it's something you want to be able to do, especially with a team that can play roamer so well, that can rotate and move quickly and not just play a static defense.
And so Mute's making another appearance here on the top floor.
I think Mute overall is strong on both bomb sites in this map. On the bottom floor, there's a lot of choke points you can place. You can place it near construction. You can place it near the laundry stairs. Cut off a lot of that vital droning that they need to make a pinch attack happen.
Yep.
If you can stop a pinch attack, you're in a much stronger position. Same with the top floor dorms. They can cut off both stairwells fairly easily and be able to cut off attic play.
So we see Falco out here by the back construction entrance, waiting to see if he should make a push. Not hearing any footsteps, so he's going to rotate back.
Interesting to have Mute as the roamer here. Not the strongest attacker without that ACOG, being forced to use like a red dot or reflex, but Falco's able to land those shots, so.
So here we have Yogurts still getting some cam info for his team. Falco still downstairs in the basement, but we were looking at the attackers now. Extrusion over here in the white tower.
I like that cam spot that we just saw as well, because one of the things you want to be concerned about is whether or not they're repelling on those B windows and being able to take advantage of that from the attic. They have the attic open. They can just walk over and shoot Blackbeard in the back of the head.
Yep, definitely. So Lion is on top of the.
There's that attic play.
Yeah, there it is. So there's that meeting, or the top of meeting hall, the attic window he was trying to shoot from.
It's
hurt
a
himself.
strong position because you have a lot of advantage over the attackers, assuming they don't catch you off guard.
Yeah, so now Lion knows that someone was up in red tower. Doesn't quite know who, doesn't quite know where, but somewhere over there is going to be a person. It looks like Dread is going to try to find him and go after him.
That's the thing about that tower is, like, it's really good to bait them into thinking you're going to be in there when you're not, because it wastes a lot of time.
And we still have Falco heavy lurking down here. Downstairs in the laundry room. He's going to be coming up those main stairs, coming up from behind. But I do see a Sledge who's inside a garage right now.
They forced a lot of time to be burnt up by gBots here on their attack, trying to chase these roamers in the attic. Falco roaming around. They're on down to a minute left without a huge attack strategy, but that's a good start.
And that's going to be Renshiro trying to make a peek onto Thermite, but Lion gets the kill. And so that makes it a 5-on-4, just under 60 seconds left to go. And Falco has made his way to the top of the main stairs. Can he get Drid? Drid's not looking. He does go back towards the bathrooms, though. Yogurts is inside of the, looks to be master bedroom. Just sitting here waiting. Spoken.
Nice angle.
Is inside of the attic. Wesker's over here in top of the armory. But it looks as though Goga will pick up the kill onto 6, and Yogurts will trade it off, getting excursion or extrusion.
Nice free fire.
So there's Capital just sitting in his own smoke, his own havoc he's created, and it looks as though Thermite has the diffuser over here. Drid picks up the kill onto Yogurts, and we do see a dead Drid, though. Spoken here, opens up the wall into the middle room. He does have the diffuser. Can he get the plant down in time? Because it is 2-on-2, and no, it will be Spoken taking the kill onto Lion, and Yogurts picking up the kill onto Goga.
Definitely some good play. We see why he's an impact player here. I mean, I think they probably have more than one impact player on their team, but he's definitely had some good plays there. Just the mobility of their defense, where they can know how to play static and where they can know how to move around and rotate around and flank on people, I think is one of the most underutilized skills in this game. When you're playing as a defender, you think you want to hold an angle. You want to hold an angle just long enough to make them think you're at that angle, then you rotate around and flank, and we're seeing a lot of good play of that from Yunktis, and that's why they're up 2 points right now, or up by 8 points.
Yeah, so it is 2-1 with Yunktis taking the lead here, being able to successfully hold both of their bomb sites.
Not doing so well on attack as they were on defense, though. Like I said, their mobility on defense is really showing, especially with their roamers, but their attack feels a little less coordinated in terms of a lot of the guys trying to go around and do their own thing.
Yeah, but I think that's something they can easily fix here, seeing as how they are the top team in the world from Season 2. So with that underway, we do see the top attic wall being reinforced by Red Tower. Typical reinforcement if you're going to be staying inside an attic. Typically, if you're not going to be inside an attic, you'll reinforce the wall closest to the master bedroom.
Yeah, the nice thing is you can open up part of that wall right there like they have done, use that ladder to rotate around, and also have the ability to open the drop hatch if you want in the bedroom right there, so you can kind of have 2 ways to rotate down quickly and have that enhanced mobility.
So attack phase has begun. Goga underneath again, down here in the laundry room, waiting for a nice attempt at flank.
We're seeing a lot of, the Jaegers going all the way down to the bottom. It's going to get a little predictable, though, so we'll see if the teams change that up a little bit, but he does want to hide out, force them to waste a lot of drone time if they're going to catch him.
So we can already see Sledge and Blackbeard outside of the big window by a bomb site.
And this is why you want to control that attic.
Definitely. So here is why Renshiro is here. He's got the Blackbeard shield up. He's got the angles. He's got the hallway covered. This is basically splitting the bomb sites in 2 now. You're trapping the defenders over inside of that bedroom. So here we have Yogurts trying to come up the red stairs, or red tower. Now he's going to push in. Don't think he realizes that there are... Oh, that's his own team above him. I saw some outlines, figured it was the enemy.
They want to come in strong.
What a heck of a lurk.
It's smart because they want to open up this attic here, and they want to turn that attic against them, turn that crawl hole against their position. does take one of the thermite charges, but you don't have a lot of other use for thermite on this particular bomb spot, so
Correct.
it's a good choice. Other than, for example, if you want to open up the armory wall to be able to shoot down, as we did see previously.
So Goga still undetected downstairs in the laundry room and in the offices down there. Extrusion is now looking at the bottom of the back stairs. He's here just waiting for someone to get inside of that barbed wire. He'll see it move, he'll hear it move before the enemy even knows he's there.
Yeah, barbed wire is really useful for detecting motion. If you hold an angle like that where you can see the barbed wire jiggle before they're in actual view, gives you a huge advantage.
Yep, and so we can already see Buck, who has the diffuser, will be throwing a drone up into the kids' room. Thermite going around to the big window where Blackbeard is also holding it, but you can tell that the push is going to come into the kids' room. They're droning it out right now. They probably have spotted. Well, they might not have spotted the guy in there.
That's going to hurt, though. Yogurt's taking out Wesker like that. It's going to make much harder defense on their part.
Yeah, so Valkyrie does not live to talk another day. So Goga does get spotted and will get killed by Yogurt.
That's
coming up the red tower. So Sledge picks up that kill, but Drid is there. And I don't quite know if Sledge realizes it. So 5v3, smoke grenade goes out, and that's going to stop the push in from Renshiro. They're on B window now, but diffuser actually gets planted. Falco is inside of the kids' room, or sorry, inside of the main dorm hall. So he's here. Yogurt picks up the kill into Extrusion. A 5v2 left to go, and we do have both of the defenders downstairs, not on site. Smoke pays the price, and it will be Yogurt picking up the double kill onto Lion and Drid.
There's the Yunktis attack I was expecting.
Yep.
I like the fact that they were able to rotate as well, not just saying we're going to attack from one side. You saw Blackbeard on the A window rotate over to the B windows once they had control of that attic, which was smart. You know, he stays on the A window, puts a lot of that initial pressure, forces them out of that room so that they can't defend it well, forces them into the other rooms. Then they take control of attic, which got Yogurt's 2 kills from up there. Blackbeard rotates over to the B windows and puts pressure on that side, while they then take the A window to stop people from crossing off because he's already pushed everyone out. That is a solid attack strategy for dorms. The timing wasn't always perfect there, but they really had a good way to pinch pretty much all the defenders out, and then you're just left with the people downstairs.
Yep, and so seeing as how both bomb sites were top floor for their last 2 defense rounds, we will see bombs go back downstairs.
Now, gBots have managed to get 1 attack round, but they have not won any of their defense rounds yet. So we'll see if they can pull off this attack round as well onto Yunktis. They were not successful in the past, only successful in attacking the dorms. So let's see if they have a little bit of a different strategy. They're going to have to play a little bit aggressive and a little bit passive at the same time. They're going to have to try and catch a couple of the Yunktis people, get them picked off out of position early, and stop those roamers. And in doing so, then they'll have enough to be able to actually push a serious attack on Laundry.
Yeah, so we see 6th court. I thought he'd be lurking up top in the red tower. Looks as though he's going to go for a peek from the back. Red looking to see, does he spot his head? Does spot it,
Nice
but misses
angle.
the shot and almost pays the price for it. We saw Sledge there about to shoot back.
We saw in finals a lot. I remember 6th court constantly doing that as Rook, trying to take those peaks, constantly missing them. I mean, the MP5s is like a laser, but I'm not sure 6th court really needs to be doing all these spawn picks if he can't land those headshots.
Yep. So we do have a 5-1 or 4-1 split here. 4 of the defenders are on site, working their way down. And the last one is going to be Mute, who is at the top on the beam between the top of the red tower and the
Falco,
main floor.
sneaky and unpredictable. I like this guy. Definitely someone you really need to kill as early as you can if you want to make a serious push.
Yep, so it looks like Extrusion will be spotted out in White Tower, but he was able to he managed to get the cam. Goga moving into the red tower, and it will be Falco there, perched on the ledge like a bird, and finishes off Goga.
Now he's just got to get out of there and move to another position so he can take advantage of another unexpected play.
Yeah, and Drid ultimately does pick off Rook, who might have gotten a little bit too greedy there on the stairs.
Now they're really worried about that tower after Falco got that kill and those windows are open. They're going to feel a lot less confident playing outside on that side of the map.
Yeah, but they do know that Falco's got to be trapped up here. He killed the Ash, and now it's time. Oh, he's going to open up the wall, and he's moving on in.
Smart play.
Fortunately for him, it looks as though he might be safe for the time being. Looking on over to Yogurt. He's calling out whether or not Meeting Hall is clear for his teammate.
But of course, Falco can now rotate into Meeting Hall, so calling that out might be premature.
Yeah, and here we go. Drid's trying to drone it out. Spots that the wall has been opened up, and he will call it. So Lion has gotten the top drop open in the main lobby. Spots no one's down at the bottom of the stairs. And so right now he's looking to see if someone's going to be shooting around. Door does get opened up. Wesker pushes on down potentially. He is actually going to go to the top of the stairs, make sure it's all clear.
Ooh, they
Looks
downed
as though they
Falco,
downed Falco.
That's going to help a lot right there.
That is. So their last lurker has been killed off, and now it's a 4-3. 50 seconds left to go. Valkyrie's down here in the main cubby. Looking at the front entrance point, he might spot Blackbeard trying to peek here. But it looks as though Yogurts does pick up the kill onto Drid.
Punished him for that knife on Falco.
Here comes a quick peek from Blackbeard. Let's see if it works. He does spot him. Gets a couple bullets down to 40 health remaining. 30 seconds left to go. 3-3, diffuser in hand of Thermite. And that's going to be a tag team happening on Extrusion. The Valcam does spot Blackbeard there. They're going to call it out. Another shot, but it will be a headshot from Extrusion onto Spoken. So Jaeger has managed to make his way from around. He's back inside Red Tower. Almost tries to get a shot off. 2-2 right now. The diffuser is nowhere near being planted just yet. Extrusion was able to manage to make his way onto the laundry machine, though. 3-4 health left, and it will be a downed Valkyrie inside the closet, and Yogurt is coming from behind, picks up the kill. No, he doesn't, and it's going to be Wesker downing Valkyrie and getting the kill onto Jaeger from behind.
That was a nice attack. I mean, they lost a few more casualties than they probably needed to, but that was exactly what I said needed to happen. They needed to take out the roamers. They needed to clear that out as much as possible, although they almost got bit from behind at the end by that last late-minute roam. But getting that play down, I liked the tag team shots from Valkyrie and on the other side, I think there was Smoke, just picking back and forth so Blackbeard couldn't hold a single angle had they been able to catch him off guard, because even a 45-degree change with Blackbeard's shield exposes part of his head. Had they been able to get that to work, they might have been able to kill him, but one getting shot down left Valkyrie in a bad spot, especially being trapped in that room. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to have to run across the hole to get out of there.
Definitely. So, I mean, the defense there, the defensive hold was okay.
Yeah.
Was okay. I'll call it mediocre. But definitely, I liked what the attackers did. Although they were down from the start, they got their ass killed right towards the beginning.
Yeah,
they were able to pick off Falco, were able to get rid of all the rest of the roamers and the lurkers, and therefore were able to secure the round.
I think had the roamer come down behind them on the stairs earlier, they might have been able to stop the plant, potentially kill Blackbeard because he was at such low health, assuming they could get by Thermite. But it was a good attempt.
Time management.
Yeah, being a roamer is not an easy task. Everyone thinks you just walk around the map and hide, but timing is everything with roaming.
Agreed.
And knowing when to rotate positions.
So here we have two of the attacker drones sitting inside of the blue hall, making sure no one's going to peek outside construction.
Big clue that they might want to push into construction.
Yes. And definitely, if you're not peeking, if you're not going to push construction, you at least want to make sure if you're spawning there, you won't get picked off right away.
And this way, at least they have an idea what kind of reinforcements, what kind of traps might be in there. That's the thing you really want to watch for. If you're going to rush in there, you need to know what kind of traps you're going to be dealing with so that someone like Ash or Capito can make a strong, fast push to cover for Thermite.
We do see, it looks like Pulse, Valk, and Jaeger are going to be lurking here. Top floors again. A three-man off bomb site.
Definitely a risky play, but depending on how Yunktis plays it, might really pay off. But it depends on the roamers to actually do their job long enough to burn up Yunktis' time.
So Blackbeard has managed to make his way into the hallway by blue, by back B bomb site.
I hope he has someone with him, otherwise this is a very risky play.
Yeah, and Smoke is here, kind of trapped. He knows Blackbeard's here. He knows Blackbeard's about to peek. Whether or not Lion's going to go for the push as well at the right moment is going to be up to him. So here we go. He's looking. He does get downed by Capitao. Capitao tries to wall bang through the door, gets the shot, and does down him. Whether or not he realizes it, we'll have to see. He's going to get the kill. He spots him. He actually is going to burn him with the incendiary.
Oh, missed it.
Looks as though Lion is just going to stand still and wait. Both incendiaries to take down a downed enemy.
They really want to humiliate him at this point.
In my opinion, that's just wasted.
And that's
because now they're able to pick up Smoke after the C4 just annihilated both Bandit and Capitao. I'm sorry, not Bandit, Blackbeard and
I think
Capitao.
Spoken kind of deserved that, to be honest. That's like trying to go for a sledge kill unnecessarily, and they got punished hard for it.
Definitely. So with that, it is now a 4.5 to 3 with a minute 10 remaining.
4.5.
Lion is playing Cam right now because they can't pick him up yet, but he is saying, hey, back it up. I'll try and pick you up where I can.
Yeah, he can delay for quite a while as long as he doesn't move around too much, just holding that F.
Yep, so here is 6 coming in with his drone from the back of blue construction entrance. Yokerton Meeting Hall looking to see, hey, What can I push down? I'm going to throw a nade. It's going to give Extrusion time to run away because it wasn't cooked. Falco coming down the back stairs. This is where the push is going to come from. They aren't worried about front stairs any longer, but we do have Jaeger coming up from behind. He's trying to make his way into Meeting Hall. 30 seconds left to go. Six does get downed and killed by Smoke, who was revived and retreated back up.
Revenge.
And it will be Drid also getting Yogurts. Last man alive is going to be Buck. Buck gets one kill, but not the second or third. Here he is. He holds diffuser. 20 seconds left to go. He's stuck in the hallway, back in the boiler room. And now it's time to push in. It looks as though, looks like Wesker might get a shot off. No, misses. He comes back to the hallway, and Pulse is just saying, this is where he is. He's pushing in, pushing in. Does miss almost every single shot, and it will be Jaeger picking up the final kill into Falco after that 4-1 miss there.
Yeah, I gotta admit, Falco really tried to put up a fight being pinned to one position with an operator who's kind of a little difficult to use sometimes at that range, but I think once Yunktis lost those two guys to that C4 after just being foolish there, and then still being a little foolish on that push, obviously, as I said, I like Yunktis doing a construction push, but you can't be sloppy like that on a construction push. You need to be fast, fast, fast. Capito, when he came around and took that kill, that was a great start. But then the greedy fire.
Yep, I think it was a little bit of overconfidence,
Absolutely.
a little bit of slap happy doodah going on.
I guess you feel good when you make that peak kill, right? Like,
yeah,
I got him. I'm so
I got
good.
him, yeah. But no, so I mean, wasting, because those were a waste. Those incendiary arrows were a total waste. You didn't get anything. There was no need to utilize them.
Yeah, you could have grenaded him if you were going to waste something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely something I don't imagine Yunktis are going to repeat. Hopefully they learn their lesson. They're going to come back strong here. They have been pretty good on their defense here upstairs. However, this is the one spot that gBots was able to take them on attack. So they're going to have to adapt a little bit to what gBots did successfully.
Yeah, but we do see Castle making an appearance here on the top floor. And he's bringing the shield to the fight instead of barbed wire.
Good for him, like putting up a lot of blockage here. I like that the Castle on that particular window right there, as you don't want them to have a little peek hole in it. You want them to have to really open it up in order to do anything and maybe waste some resources or a sledge there to give away his position, because that window could be critical to crossing through that hall.
Yeah.
Just like the A window as well is definitely one you want to be careful of.
Yeah, we can see Spoken now reinforcing the back of that meeting hall wall, or attic wall.
Let's see if 6 Core will go for a cheeky spawn peek. Nope. He's just going to hide in that armory.
Again, we see Falco down here, looking towards the blue hall inside that boiler room.
We've got 2 people out there just on their phones near it.
Not going to do anything about it. Goga, outside of Red Tower, looking to see, hey, I know there's people around. Where are they? Let's spot them. Let's get them.
That's that peak earlier I was talking about, that particular crack right there. That's why you don't play that watchtower.
Yep, and 6 Court picks up the first kill onto Ash. So that's going to be quite the downside for gBots, losing their Ash right away.
Making up for his missed spawn peaks earlier.
Yeah, so 6 has rotated and left where he was, and he's made his way back to Armory. Now Falco's still down here in the basement, not getting droned out, no care in the world about him at the moment.
That guy, you really got to watch out. Even as mute, man, he's going to do some damage if you just let him sit there.
Here we have Renshiro throwing his last Valkyrie cam inside of the middle bunk area.
I like that they can use the hole with the camera to be able to see through as well.
Yep. And Spoken stuck inside, not stuck, but he's inside of the attic. They have opened up the attic now and pushing in. Looks like Drid and Extrusion will push in. Now Spoken is here, tries to get behind the shield.
Maybe
tries
she
to
should move
hold an
that
angle.
shield.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a quick peek here, and it will be Blackbeard trying to get a shot off, but doesn't poke anyone.
This is where Spoken needs to not re-peek that, knowing it's Blackbeard now.
Yep, so knowing, like you said, knowing it's Blackbeard, you call that out, and now you have to rotate your team around for the push that's going to be coming. Roshira is here, and it's going to be Capital trying to fight Valkyrie. We do see him dropping, though. Valkyrie's still here looking at the window that got opened up by Sledge.
This is going to be hard for them to come around and do a flank behind now that they've got control, because Drid has control of Meeting Hall. Smart play, because that's going to cut them off from getting Blackbeard from behind.
And now Lion is outside on the balcony of Master Bedroom. This is where he wants to be. He wants to get inside of the closet, open up the wall into that middle bunk area. Drid underneath. Looks as though Valkyrie was injured, but was successfully picked back up by Jaeger. They're looking for someone to come up from behind, and they might spot someone in the near future. Falco trying to rotate back through Meeting Hall. Extrusion still in the top of the attic, pushing towards. Looks as though Yogurts will be down by Drid, but not before, I'm sorry, Rashiro will then tie off and trade it off. And then Falco throws the C4 to get extrusion, and Spoken picks up the kill onto Lion. It is all up to Wesker, and Wesker doesn't pull it off. Spoken gets the last kill onto Wesker, and that is going to be 4-3 for Yunktis.
I felt like that attack started out so strong. They had really good territory control. The problem is once they really opened up the site and went in there, it all fell apart. I liked that they took control of tower. They took control of the attic. They took control of meeting hall. They had that whole side, but they just didn't have anywhere else. Once they pushed in, they just didn't have anywhere to go. They were surrounded on both sides because they didn't have control of armory, and they didn't have control of the A side.
Yep.
They needed perhaps Blackbeard to just decide to do, okay, now it's time to rotate around while they still think I'm here and go to that A window so I could cut them off, or even the B window.
Yeah, when you're trying to go in from meeting hall, you need to clear one side or the other. You
Yeah.
have to have someone coming up those main stairs or coming up the back stairs because you're just walking into a perfect crossfire.
If you're not pinching them, they're pinching you, right?
Yep.
So we'll see here. gBots not being able to do that same successful attack as before, now going to have to defend that bomb site, which I believe they have not done successfully.
So I want to say they've attacked it successfully. They haven't defended it successfully.
Yeah, and they've got to have some idea what Yunktis is going to do this time. But again, Yunktis' big strength is their unpredictability. And in setting up your defense, that's one of your most static plays. That's where you're going to have to plan for a specific attack and have to rotate quickly to adapt to that. They are going to reinforce the armory, though, making sure like they're going to have to use a thermite charge if they want to shoot down this hall again.
Yep, and so we are underway in the action phase. And again, we're seeing Goga going downstairs, lurking once more.
Like I said, this is going to get a little predictable, Jaeger being down there. I prefer the Jaeger in the tower, to be honest, because he could try to take an early spawn peek, maybe crack open a window, and then leave. And they're going to have to spend a lot of time clearing that out. And he can still rotate down to that basement, just the same.
Definitely. So Six throws a flashbang up for his teammate Renshiro, but there's no one in armory. They probably droned it out, know it's all clear. So he's just going to sit here, potentially get in the next few moments to hold on to armory.
So will they have 6 court come below the wall is what I wonder. As like I said, thermite's not good for a whole lot else other than the attic wall and that particular wall right there. Unfortunately, there was a bug, it looks like.
Too bad. We are into the 15 seconds that I'm aware of. I don't know if we can still rehost here. Let's see what wall he's referring to. We have Line and Wesker.
It looks like there was an issue with the wall not being able to be walked through. We'll check out Line here. See, yeah, looks like there's an issue getting through this particular wall.
Has he tried shooting more of it to open
Yeah.
up?
We'll see here.
So we will get an official ruling for that, but for the time being, we're going to play on until I see what's going to happen, and we'll have to see how that works. Let's see. So.
Looks like that's going to be a little bit of an issue from. Hard to say if there's some client-side issue on there as well, not being able to see how the wall's been destroyed. It's possible there may be destroyed of it than we're able to see.
So, because we are on a delay, we don't get exact feedback from the ESL judges to figure out what's going to happen. But we will rehost the round if needed. So, with this being finalized on the way, it is a 5-3 or 5-2. 60 seconds left to go. Spoken actually picked up that kill, so Lion and Rook, last one alive. Wesker, I'm sorry, last one is going to be Lion, does jump out, picks up the kill onto Falco. It is now a 4-1.
Well, they know where he's at now.
So here it is, Lion downstairs. They, like you said, they know where he's at. It's all up to him.
Yeah, for someone who needed that wall, he's doing quite well without it.
Yeah, so throws the C4. And here we go. So we are going to see Lion making his way up the main stairs, looking to see if anyone going to be there underneath of the closet. But now he works his way into armory. Doesn't see anybody. He's going to have to look towards the
Oh, they're
master
right there
bedroom.
on the drones too.
There he is on the drone, and that's going to be dead Lion. And that is Spoken. And so with the end of the round there, we will have to rehost here. We do see gBots leaving the match. We're going to get some ruling on whether or not that was a bug, and we will have to replay that map or replay that round. We're going to figure out when we get back here. But for the time being here, we do see Yunktis 5-3 if the round stands, 4-3 if it doesn't.
Definitely a strong start from Yunktis. Either way, I don't imagine if they have to replay that it'll play out all that different.
Yep.
Although some good plays from Lion there as he attempts to get around the hole not being crawlable the way he needed it to be.
Definitely. So we are going to be right back, guys. We're going to take a quick short break while we get some word from the ESL judges to figure out if the round should be replayed or if it's going to stand as is, with Yunktis taking the win on that first map on Oregon.
Strong plays.
So stick around, guys. We'll be right back. So we are back, guys, and we have had ruling from the ESL judges, and it will be a remake for the round. So right now it is 4-3 with Yunktis taking the lead, and we will have gBots playing defense. They're going to choose that top bomb site once again. And if Yunktis can pull it off, they will take home the point for this map. If not, we will be going into overtime.
I think gBots obviously have a chance to learn a little bit from what they did wrong. The question is, will they be able to adapt it, as that clearly played in Yunktis' favor there. So there's a chance this may be a very short remake. However, gBots did have a moment to take a chance and think, okay, what was our big holes on defense there? Although at the same time, they've got to be a little bit perturbed by that loss there. It's going to be hard to have the confidence to play this out.
Definitely, definitely. So hopefully they're not triggered. Hopefully they can still execute. But seeing as how they got a remake, they might be able to figure out what Yunktis could be up to for the attack side.
Yeah, but again, Yunktis being the unpredictable team, that might not make a difference. In fact, trying to predict what they do might actually backfire. Let's see if he can crawl through this hole this time. As he is able to, that's good news for Lion.
So here it is. Goga is once again playing Jaeger, playing downstairs. Automatic, exactly where he's going to go.
Not something he wanted to change, I guess. Then again, maybe, I mean, he did get killed, obviously, so maybe that wasn't the best idea. But they have a second chance at this particular round, as had that round stood, it would have been map for Yunktis.
Yep, so we are underway in the attack phase. Again, the attackers are just getting some information before they formulate their plan and figure out exactly how they want to approach this. Looks as though Renshiro's outside of the parking window by Armory.
Knowing both teams, I'm imagining they're going to open up that attic wall with Thermite if they take control of tower and they push from there, or potentially Thermite this wall right here to give Blackbeard a chance to shoot down that hall. Either way, Thermite being a key player here in a bomb spot where he's not always a key player.
And so we see Sledge making his way into the master bedroom. And you just called Thermite is going to open up that Armory wall, give a nice line of sight for Blackbeard.
I think
Buck's also going to go up to Armory.
I think he'll probably rotate around to master bedroom and open up that wall for them as well for the plant potentially.
Yeah, that's what I foresee that as well. So here we are, still 5-5, just over a minute in the round. And
There he goes.
Here it is. The diffuser is also inside the closet, pre-fires into the top of the attic.
Nice of them to leave that
Anybody.
for him. Yeah. Now he's going to be able to go for that plant as long as they can keep it suppressed. Blackbeard's going to be able to cut off that whole hallway, making it so no one can rotate into that room as there's no access unless they have a hole next to the stairs. That's going to be brutal for gBots here.
Yeah, and so this is the angle that Renshiro should be holding, but it looks as though he's going to back out, give it up. But I see Thermite going in as well.
I'm not sure why he didn't go for the plant yet. Maybe they want to get some more kills in or take some more control before they go for that, as I thought that might have been an easy one, but they might have had someone in that room.
Yeah, so looking on over to Lion, who is inside the kid's bedroom. He's able to see a couple bullets going through the windows right at him. Extrusion over here inside of the main dorm hall. And that will be a C4 from Dread picking up 6. And that's going to be Thermite staying inside of Armory. So dead Thermite being on his cam. Wesker inside of the kid's room along with Rook. Looks as though we're going to see 3 of them inside of kid's room now.
They're really using that hole. Maybe they weren't kidding about needing it.
So here it is, Wesker inside of that middle office, or the middle bunk bed area. Extrusion still inside of kids. Looking on over to Blackbeard. Blackbeard's outside of the B-bomb window. Yogurts looks like he was taken down by Goga. And here he is, Blackbeard again, rappelling up to the windows. Capital trying to move in the main hall. Doesn't spot anyone just yet, but he will need to use those arrows. We see Jaeger coming from underneath. Let's take a look over at him as he comes around here. Goes to meeting hall. Lion, though, C4's Renshiro. And now it is all up to Spoken and Falco. I'm sorry, let me correct myself. Falco is down for the count. It's all up to Spoken. And 5-1 right now. Falco does take a shotgun shell to the chest by Lion.
Well, that round went drastically different from the last time.
Very drastically different. I can tell you gBots is very happy that the judges decided to rehost and remake that round happen.
Definitely going to give them a chance to make a comeback here, although they are still down by 2 points as it is now 4-2. Still looking good for the Falco and the Yunktis team here.
Yep, so now it is overtime, 4-4 on the first map here between these two guys tonight on Oregon. So if we are going to remake here, because it is going to be not a rehost, it's just going to be getting the teams back together for overtime. We're going to have the team surrender, and that way we'll go back to the lobby. We'll be able to basically just restart it right back up.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to just get everyone into the lobby, because if you back out completely, it completely closes the lobby.
Yeah, and it looks as though they aren't able to surrender. They should be able to, unless they don't know how.
I think there are some limitations to how you can surrender at the moment just because of the way the game works. They don't want people to surrender too early into a match, so I believe they limit it to having to be in round 3.
Razor wire is deployed. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left.
All right, so we were just trying to decide
Attackers have
whether or not
recovered
they're
their
going to...
diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Reinforce the wall!
Looks like they're going to definitely continue setting up, of course.
Attackers drop.
Oh, there goes gBots deciding to go with the kill each other route.
Yep, so they will be just starting fresh, not a rehost. They're just going to start fresh here.
Attackers eliminated.
And here it is. So it is now still going to be overtime, still 4-4. Unfortunately, due to the remake in that rehost, we will have to basically recreate the lobby
Yeah.
to get stuff started and going again. So with that underway, let's just rehost here. Let me go here. So overtime, was it expected?
No, I mean we saw how gBots played before the remake. I mean, yeah, they obviously used that hole quite a bit. So I will agree with Lion that it was something that was important to their strategy. However, I think that break gave them a good chance to kind of recollect their thoughts,
Yep.
play it a bit differently. I still see this as a good chance of going Yunktis' direction,
Mm-hmm.
but all these remakes can really give you a chance to get out of your mental zone
Yeah.
that they might have been in. So it might be able to go gBots' favor. They both had a chance to feel each other out as there's only 2 bomb spots both teams are playing. So assuming teams don't change up too much, that predictability is going to be a factor here.
Yeah, so right now we're just asking the ESL judges, should there be a coin flip for the overtime?
Oh, yeah, who's playing attack and defense?
So we're going to figure that out as we get this lobby created. But like I said, overtime wasn't expected. I was expecting Yunktis to come on strong because Oregon is a map they've played often. Right after this is going to be Clubhouse, their map. So I wasn't expecting gBots to put up as much of a fight as they have been. And
No.
they've proven themselves so far.
Yeah, it's a good team that, like I said, has been around since the first season. They've had kind of ups and downs. I don't think they did super great last season, but I don't think they want to be middle or bottom of the board this time, especially against a team like Yunktis. If you can prove yourself against the #1 team, that's the way to set the pace for the whole season,
bar.
right?
Yep,
Yeah,
definitely.
So if I'm gBots and I even get this close, I'm gonna feel a lot better about season 3.
Definitely. So, I mean, what I liked that I saw from that last attack push, unfortunately it didn't work for them. What I liked that I saw was the fact that they took over different areas together.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw Master Bedroom get dropped, you get opened, get taken over control. You saw them take over Armory, open up the wall, that typical wall that gets blown. But what I was kind of unsure of is why Blackbeard was rotating away from
Yeah,
there.
Thermite could have just made
decided
the
to take
plant.
it. Yeah, so a little awkward, a little weird. But we do have here the teams in nature. We are going to be doing, looks as though Yunktis will be, I believe they're going to be attack here.
Okay, well that
Let's
works
figure
out.
I see the call was heads. Heads was Yunktis and tails was gBots. And the coin landed on Yunktis. So let's see what side they might get to choose, or it might just be what the Yunktis wants defense.
Okay, they're gonna have to switch sides then here.
So here we go on to Oregon.
Oregano. So we'll just have to have them switch sides to get one more player in here from Yunktis, and then we'll be ready to start fresh
To
again.
finish on the overtime. So, overtime, we saw Yunktis, they took the top bomb site to start. Do you think they'll do it again?
I think they might go downstairs again. I think they've done a little bit better on downstairs than they have on upstairs. And they were just freshly playing upstairs. Like,
Yeah.
I think at this point, you want to change things up a little bit. We'll see, though. They may have a little bit different plan. I mean, we've seen some good roaming when they have that downstairs.
So, just trying to figure out where the last Yunktis player is, because we do have 4 Yunktis players and 5 gBots. Still waiting on the last one here, and they are going to have to rotate sides because I believe Yunktis decided they want defense after
I
winning
can't
the
blame
contest.
them.
I can't blame them either. I think defense is the way to start it out, especially on overtime.
Especially when you just lose an attack round, right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, let's go back to defense. Like,
Yep.
I mean, as we've said before, roaming is one of their strong suits, and you can't roam on attack. So it
Definitely.
makes sense you'd want to prefer the defense side.
So here we are, still waiting. Let's see what we got here. So it will be overtime as we called it in the past. And we're still waiting on one more Yunktis member.
So I believe the score was 4-4, right? So they're going to have to win 2 rounds
Yes.
to take this.
Yeah, so basically, overtime is 4-4 is even. Start of overtime. You got to win by 2 or it's first 1 to 6.
Yeah.
You play a total or a maximum of 3 overtime rounds. But if you win by 2 to start, you only play 2 rounds and you get the win 6-4.
I have a feeling we might see Yunktis, then gBots, then Yunktis again. That's my prediction for it, is that gBots will get in one last round. But yeah, it looks like we still got to get them all set up here, and then we'll be good to go.
All right, so we do have everyone in lobby now. They are just swapping sides real quickly as we get Yunktis onto the defense side for the map here.
It's going to be good. Both teams have got to be really thinking about how do we close this out. All
So
right.
let's see here. So everyone is here. Everyone is ready. We're going to get this started right now. So, again, on Oregon, overtime, 4-4. Yunktis, I'm feeling is going to be stronger in overtime.
Yep, but we've seen some good plays from gBots. I would definitely not count them out completely yet. That's why I think they're probably going to take one more round.
So here we go, underway. Everyone is picking their sides, picking their teams, and it looks as though, again, we're going to have Yogurts playing Jaeger. Is he going to be lurking if they go downstairs? Or they are going upstairs, so we will go downstairs and do the lurk, obviously.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him not do that on any round that they've been up top.
Yeah, so they are bringing out pretty much the same lineup as before, throwing out that castle again, that mute, trying to just do a lot of denial and getting into
Attackers
there.
need to locate and defuse as many
So,
bombs as they
Here
can.
we go. We see Extrusion's drone out by the front. You playing a white mask there on his face.
It looked pretty
I
cool,
like what I
actually.
saw. I
Yeah.
did. I liked it.
Up close.
Nice close-up, Rook.
Some clown mode.
Way to get it.
All kinds of interesting masks from this team.
So we see Castle reinforced one of the walls inside the kid's bedroom, or the kid's dorm, not both. Maybe that might just have been an oversight on his part, or might have just been saving them for the hallway windows.
Yeah, he does only get 2. We see a lot of setup generally here from Castle as he's having to do the shield. He's doing his castle windows. He's doing his 2 reinforcements. He's a busy guy.
Busy guy. So he's got the 3 castle walls, like you said, the shield he's got to put down, and just all around
Attackers
busy guy,
recover
like
the
you said.
diffuser.
Yeah, it looks like he
Attackers
saved his
detect and
reinforcements
locate
for over
bombs
here.
and defuse it.
Definitely important to shore that up. You don't want to let someone just waltz in with a breach charge or even a grenade potentially.
Yeah, so we saw Renshiro throw a Valk Cam out towards the school bus. So that's going to be looking to see if anyone's going to come up on the north or southwest side of the map.
And a map that's this horizontal in terms of play and having some repelling and roof play and stuff like that, you really need those outside cams.
And Falco, again, down here.
Yeah.
Every time. Not quite sure if he's ever even seen anyone come down here. I don't even think he's even killed, ever droned out, but he just loves this little corner.
Bomb located
I think he
by
just
attackers.
wants to catch them being unpredictable. You know, being an unpredictable team, you want to expect that from them. And Falco's got that down.
Yep, so Wesker's on top of the dining hall roof. The windows have been opened between White Tower and the main hall, or the main bedroom there.
Looks like they definitely don't want to get caught from behind with their pants down on this window. It's dangerous to stand there if you don't have full control of that White Tower.
A little late reinforcement going up. It appears to be from Jaeger.
Obviously, he didn't get punished for it, so not too shabby. Looks like they're trying to find him in that attic there, taking some pot shots through the attic window as well.
Yeah, so 6 is now getting the armory door, and now he's just rotating over and staying inside of the master bedroom. They didn't reinforce the wall all the way. I think this is a little tricky that they're playing, thinking that it might be all clear. Now we have Blackbeard outside. This is that cam on the school bus we were talking about.
That's a good
Perfect
spot.
information. Lets them know that Blackbeard's out here.
Unfortunately, they don't have control of that White Tower to be able to shoot him from behind, but there's a lot of guys on the roof. You'd probably get killed in the process anyways.
Yep, so Wesker trying to throw some nades, but it looks as though it will be Renshiro playing Valkyrie. Picks up the kill onto Wesker. The kill looks up onto the roof. Renshiro tries to go for a second, but misses. And he is down to about 70 health remaining. 60 seconds left to go. It's a 5v4. And it's going to be Yogurt still on cam, calling out where Blackbeard is. Falco coming back into kitchen. Uses his C4 to come up from behind with the flank. And it might be a flank on Ash because Ash is not paying attention. All Falco has to do is turn the corner and look left. But Yogurt picks up the kill onto Extrusion, and Lion will get the kill onto Spoken. So here it is, 4-3, 45 seconds. Ash is now making his way into the classroom, up the main stairs, where he will meet Drid, who's outside on the balcony of master bedroom. Lion is still at the back stairs, but Goga picks up this kill onto Rook. That is 6. So now 3-3, 30 seconds left to go, and the diffuser is in the hands of Lion, coming up those main stairs, and he's going to go on over into the kids or the middle dorm.
Where's Falco, man? He needs to get in on this.
So Falco was downstairs. He's not playing his time real wisely. 15 seconds, he's gonna have to get in. Jaeger gets down by Lion, and it's now all up to Valkyrie and Mute, who's Mute should be coming up underneath. No C4 to do anything with, but Renshiro picks up the kill onto Trid, and Falco gets the floor bang onto Gago, and Renshiro picks up the final kill onto Lion, and that is Yunktis securing the round in a 3-2 offset.
I did not expect that floor bang. We're sitting here waiting. What are you going to do, Falco? There's 15 seconds left. Why are you still downstairs?
I'm over here thinking you used your C4 to get into kitchen.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do underneath? But you know what? His wall bang was spectacular there.
Yeah, and then coupled with Renshiro timing it perfectly to go, okay, you're doing that, I'm doing this. Let's kill them all right now. Well played.
Well played indeed. And we do have, I believe, one of the defenders from gBots seems to have disconnected potentially. Let's see.
Attackers need to locate.
Looks like we may need to
So
remake
we
it.
will be remaking because it is a 5-on-4, and we are within the first 15 seconds. So we will be remaking here.
Lucky for them, you want to get that right timing if you disconnected.
Yes. So we're back here, guys, and 5-4.
Very close.
Very close, 5-4 right now, and Yunktis took the lead. As we were expecting,
Yeah.
they chose the top bomb site, not the bottom, though.
Yeah,
so.
but the way they played it, although it did get a little dicey at the end there. The plant did almost go down.
It did.
That was going to be much harder to retake had that plant gone down. That timing there by Falco, again, as we said, timing is everything with roamers, and we started to think he wasn't going to have it.
I was doubting his capabilities.
No, and
I'll tell you right now,
won't do that
Falco, when
again.
you watch this later, I was doubting you.
Renshiro, though, as well, like, get some credit for that. Like,
Yeah.
it was down in the last seconds there. He's the one who really stopped that plant.
So we are getting everyone here back in lobby. Let's see where gBots is. There it is.
Now, I'm expecting gBots to have one chance here to take this point. I think they might be able to do it, but it depends on playing optimally and like picking a spot that they want to play on, or like Yunktis picking. No, I guess they're picking the spots. So they're gonna have to pick their strongest defensive spot, play it tight, smart, and not let them get inside if they can. Like maybe do those crazy outside run kills when they know it's clear. Things like that are gonna play a huge role in them being able to get one more point potentially.
My thoughts is since gBots started on defense here, they started with bottom bomb site. I feel they're going to choose it again.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to try to hold the majority of the back because last time the push came from the back.
Yeah, that construction push.
That construction push, the back red tower push. So I feel they're going to try and play heavy back that way. But we've also seen where they place 1 or 2 people inside a red or inside a meeting hall and try to play the heavy lurk.
Well, if they play downstairs, Yunktis doesn't really play a lot of the traditional Blackbeard stairs push, and I think that kind of throws them off a little bit as well. So it could be dangerous to play into that, knowing that, okay, we can probably predict them coming from the construction side, but if they don't, we don't know how they play that stair push as well, because we haven't had to play them against it. Yeah,
so we are waiting for the rest of Yunktis to get in here, but fortunately, we are on the correct map.
Yeah.
We have all of gBots in. It's overtime, 5-4.
They don't want to finish this map up yet. Just so close.
I think they're hanging on to it by a thread.
If I'm gBots here, all I care about at this point is really putting a dent in the #1 team.
Yep.
And
so far they've done it.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen.
They've taken them to overtime on the first map, a feat that not many teams can say they've done. So it's looking promising for gBots. We do have everyone here in lobby. Let's just double check that they're all ready. And we are underway. So here we are, into Oregon, 5-4, Yunktis taking the lead. If Yunktis can secure this attack round, they will get the 1 point for this map, and then we'll head into the second map.
Clubhouse.
Of Clubhouse.
2 very well-played maps.
So here we are, again, bottom bomb site as we expected.
Yeah. Seeing Falco going buck again. Not a traditional choice for here, but we did see some interesting buck play when he was stuck down there by himself last time. He knows how to use that weapon, but it's not the easiest one to use in a huge fight like that. So
for sure.
We'll see if they go with that construction push again or have something else up their sleeve.
Bombs as they
I'm feeling that construction push though, probably. Maybe a little bit of tower, like you said, the red tower. I'd like to see them blow some meeting hall hatches, or at least try and blow that laundry hatch as well, just to throw them off, make that defense, especially that meeting hall hatch, is going to make defending that construction side much more difficult, knowing that they have to watch their heads.
Definitely. So here we have, again, some typical reinforcements. The drop hatch is getting reinforced. Now, hopefully Valkyrie's going to go over and get this. There it is, the second meeting hatch drop.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. That one right there can be crucial. I believe we did actually see them blow it previously as well.
They did, they did. So, not quite sure exactly what the strat for Yunktis is going to be, but it will have to be strong, and they will have to be fast and powerful here. So hopefully, we'll see it.
Yeah, if you're Yunktis, all you want to do is close this out. You definitely don't want to give one of the mid-level teams a chance to take a round off you, or an entire map off you. That's going to look bad, given they were like undefeated last time.
Yep, so Goga, I'm guessing his team is trying to banish him because he's going to the opposite end of the map, the opposite end of the floor.
Goga, you go somewhere else. We'll tell you when to come back. Poor Jaeger.
But we do have the rest of the 4 defenders on site, playing between the supply room and the laundry hatch, or the laundry room.
Drid expecting that push from this tower as well as Falco is going to catch him out, though. Not quite yet. Drone coming around. So here's that push.
Here's that push that Blackbeard had before. We're going to see if it costs him and Capital's life.
Well, let's see if Spoken learned his lesson.
We're hoping he did. But either way, looks like the barbed wire got destroyed in the hallway. They know one's going to be on the stairs. He had a couple ghost shots shot to him. 6 has retired up to the top of the watchtower now.
They definitely want to take control of that side, and you got to take control of watchtower and construction. Blackbeard's already got construction just fine, but you need that the tower stairs to be able to stop people from pushing Blackbeard.
Smoke has changed positions from where he was last time. He was right next to that doorway.
Yeah, we saw what happened when he was
Yeah,
there.
we saw what happened before, and Spoken would have spotted him out with his drone, but instead he spots him out to the left of the supply room.
Well,
And that's going to be a smoke grenade that goes off. Pushing him back a little, tries to shotgun the Blackbeard from a distance. Not quite sure I would try that a second time.
maybe he's just opening up enough holes in the wall to be able to use his SMG a little more effectively.
We have Gago still up top in the armory. And let's take a look over here at Blackbeard as he's just trying to get in. Looks like as though the drop hatch gets open. I'm sorry, the wall. That is the wall into the box area by Boiler Room. So that got opened, allowing Renshiro to move forward. We see Bandit on the right side there. He sees a couple bullets. Renshiro's just
So
waiting
close.
for the push from Bandit. And there it is, and the bullets go into his back, and he will go down. Bye-bye, Drid. So it is a 5-on-4, 50 seconds left to go in the round. And they're going to make a push here. Falco's ready to drop. He's just going to throw a nade into the wall. After this, he's going to drop down and potentially see Lion when he goes.
There's that meeting hall hatch I was talking about.
Here it is. Bullets going from Spoken, but Spoken gets taken out by Extrusion. 6 has retired, and now he's inside of the electrical room, trying to push into B. Falco and Sledge up top in the meeting hall. Blackbeard still downstairs in the hallway. And let's take a look. Has this lurk been successful for Gago? He pushes in, and the defenders, or the attackers are there, but Sledge picks them off as he looks towards the meeting hall. And gBots, Lion has picked up the shot onto Square. Wesker picks up on Falco. Renshiro gets Lion. Now it's all up to Blackbeard. 1-on-2, 10 seconds remaining. He's going to have to go for the diffusing plant. And Extrusion knows it. He goes for the fake. Pros don't fake, and Extrusion is just sitting under here. And
Through
while
the
he may
boxes.
die, it will be gBots taking the win on that round and
There we
turning
go.
it into the ultimate overtime 5-5. Next round wins it all.
Whether you win or lose this, definitely a well-played set of rounds.
Yes, yes. So here we go. We are now going to be not top bomb site. That was already selected and chosen. That was won by Yunktis on the first round, so
Yep.
they will have to choose bottom or one of the other two.
If they really
One
want
of the
to.
other two. They want to throw a curveball.
Unfortunately, they do not. As interesting as that would be, they want to win this.
Yep.
They just need one more point to do so, and they know whoever wins this round takes the map.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
So we
bombs.
do see, again, bomb sites being on the bottom. Everyone going for that armor right away, and Rook pulls away first. And it looks as though he's going to go up top, get the drop hatches, get some walls. Typical reinforcements that we'll see here every single time.
Now we know gBots goes for that more traditional push down the front stairs right there, the lobby stairs. So the question is, are they going to change it up? And is Yunktis going to be prepared to defend that? Like, we saw pretty good defense from the last time. I liked their little 1-2 punch with Smoke and Valkyrie, but it didn't work out in the end. Blackbeard was just too strong in that push.
Yeah, and so Goga's drone right here is very useful. I like trying to get some perspective of what the attackers are getting information-wise from the start.
Yeah, little hints of their strategy.
Yeah, and so you can see Goga was able to get his drone, realize that, hey, there's at least one in meeting hall. We saw them run back there, saw one go up the main stairs. So now they know, hey, they're kind of spread out. Should we go for a quick push is probably the question they're talking about right now.
Yeah, they know that the lobby is somewhat clear, that they want to get in there and make a push onto the stairs. But they've got to make sure that they don't get shot in the back doing so from the meeting hall or potentially from that kitchen area.
Yeah, so we have two. It looks as though we're going to have Pulse and Castle top floor as Jaeger is inside of the meeting hall. And this is a 3 off-site bomb.
We saw that backfire on them last time they did that. So
Spoken is here, and now he's in the attic. Goga's right on the other side of the wall, but he does decide to drop inside of the meeting hall. So here we go. Falco, again, 3 defenders inside of the meeting hall. And we are going to see a push from Goga here in just a bit. Capital's over in top of the red, droning for his team. Wesker's down here in the garage, covering off the main retreat back to the bottom of the main stairs.
that's all you want to do right now is just take control of that spot, but he doesn't give it up. Decides to go help his teammates elsewhere, wanting to push more of the upstairs as they want to clear all those roamers out of that top floor. Been a big problem for them to let live. Blowing this open, pushing those windows. Good way to get some crossfire on them.
And a couple pre-fires around the corner do not hit anybody. And there is no one in the top of meeting hall. Gago's got the one side, and Thermite was trying to shoot through the other.
They're so scared.
They're a little bit tense right now. Half the round remaining, still a 5-on-5. And it looks as though all the lurkers, not all the lurkers except for Falco, obviously, has retreated back to site. Falco managed to make it into kitchen without being detected, or if he has, they haven't pushed him yet.
Someone forgot his armor. Maybe it was Falco. Went out prematurely.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So now we're seeing, looks as though Rook has made it to the laundry stairs, top of him, just backing on down, seeing if Thermite might have placed him there. But Falco does pick up the first kill onto Blackbeard, and 6 will get the kill onto Wesker. Now it's a 5-3, 60 seconds remaining, and it is looking good for Yunktis to win this last round.
6 took a lot of damage there. He's going to have to make sure he gets the drop on whoever he tries to kill, or at least delay them long enough to make his roaming worth it.
So Lion is now looking for the kitchen push from Falco, but he's already rotated around a meeting hall and gets the shot onto Drid. And now Falco picks up a kill onto Lion.
Wow.
And I tell you what, this is going to be great for Yunktis because Renshiro picks up the final kill onto Goga.
Went exactly as we predicted there. Yunktis taking the first round, gBots taking the second round, and back to Yunktis for the win. But you know what? I would still be happy with that if I was gBots.
I would. But knowing that, hey, we went against the top team in the world. On PC. And we tied them on the first map, which was our choice, unfortunately. It was gBots' choice. But now they're going to be going on to Yunktis' map, which was Clubhouse.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if I was gBots, I'd feel a little bit better had I won my map and that 1 point off. But you still got to feel good, a little more confident going into Clubhouse here. But knowing that that's Yunktis' map, not just in terms of their pick, but one of their strong maps, I think it's going to be something to have to watch out for. But at the same time, they've seen a lot of Yunktis playing it. They have an idea how Yunktis play it, and they should adapt accordingly. But the question is, do these teams do their research?
Yeah, and so looking at the highlights here, we can see Spoken picking up the kill there, and this was a magnificent shotgun. Gets that one, goes over, and gets Thermite.
Doesn't even finish him.
Fortunately, I don't think it turned out the best for him, but he was able to get the shots off.
Some good plays from both teams, really. gBots especially having a lot of really good kills, just not enough full team play. Not the rest of the team doing enough to really make up for the kills on them from the Yunktis side.
So going back to talking about how there's so much footage of Yunktis playing on Clubhouse. Let's talk a little bit about pro teams and what do they use the footage for? How do they strategize against it? How do they analyze it? What kind of information can you take from the footage, and what's valid info, what's not valid?
Yeah, so the idea of a meta does come from teams watching what each other does. And playing copycat, trying to counter this and counter that. And whatever turns out to be the dominant strategy at that time, that turns into the meta. But you don't have a meta without watching what other teams do. Sometimes it comes from scrims, sometimes it comes from people just talking to each other, and a lot of times it comes from a lot of these Pro League matches. Yes, we're streaming them on for your entertainment, but it's also for the entertainment of the teams. We do have some games off stream, so not everything is available footage-wise for them to watch. But if I was these teams trying to be professional, trying to get that prize money, you need to watch what the other teams are doing. Some teams are even scared of being on stream sometimes, or using their best strats that they want to save for the finals.
Yeah,
because
as much as you want to gain your face in front of the crowd, in front of you guys, some teams are hesitant because they know, hey, we'll save our good stuff, or we don't want to give away all of our stuff until we get to the finals.
I think assuming that the word won't get around is a little naive. I mean, people talk a lot in the scene.
They do.
And something that's going to happen is if you use it in a scrim or use it wherever you think it's private, word's still going to get around. But the important thing is what they're worried about is people like us, from the spectator point of view, catching angles and spots and things like that that people don't expect. But the kill cams are still going to pick those up a lot of times. So, but being able to, for example, see how is Falco roaming? Where is he going to most of the time? What's his fallbacks? Like seeing that mute peak, for example, where he's holding that one angle. Now they're going to know to expect that maybe more often. But that's why you got to be predictable. That's why you got to be always evolving and not be a static team to stay number one.
Yeah, and so I feel that Yunktis has become that. I mean, we saw some stuff we've seen before, but some new stuff we haven't.
Yeah.
And we've seen them on Clubhouse many a times. So now it's time to start up Clubhouse one last time here for today and figure out if Yunktis is going to show some new stuff or go back to the old ways, which gBots might potentially already recognize and already know.
I'm definitely seeing some good stuff from gBots, and I expect Clubhouse won't be a 5-1, but we may see like a 5-3.
Potentially. Looks like everyone is ready here. So we are going to get underway into Clubhouse, the final map between gBots and Yunktis for today's Playday number 2.
EU ripping it up.
So here we are, again, multiple bomb sites, only 2 that are viable in the Pro League. That bottom bomb site, which is going to be option 4, and option 3, which you just saw, was that bar and stock room.
Of course, gBots starting first on defense. They're going to go with Old Faithful and pick the Church Arsenal Room basement, as it is the easiest one to defend. But that being said, there are a lot of good attack strats. You see Buck being pulled out again by Falco, really strong on that kitchen floor and kitchen hallway. Kitchen hatch not being as popular for blowing open anymore. A lot of C4 happening on that floor.
Yep.
However, it can still be very powerful to open up a lot of the hallway. Some good peek angles that we've seen.
So it looks as though gBots feeling confident on this one, not going with a rook.
Nope.
Trying to get as many C4s in hand as possible.
I think also it comes down to trading for castle. We've seen a lot of castle play last season down here. 2 different strategies. One kind of defending more of the garage tunnel area, the other one defending more of the stairwell area and church. So depending on how they lock it down really affects how their defense has to rotate. Personally, I think trying to control the church drop has become a lot more of a crucial play on defense here, but depends on how Yunktis plays it.
5 seconds left.
So here we are, 5 seconds remaining until the attack phase begins. And we do see the construction wall reinforced.
Castling the door as well. Looks like they don't want to have to worry about that construction side so much. They want to focus all their efforts over here, church, and perhaps that garage tunnel.
Yeah, and so here comes some more castle walls at the bottom of the main stairs, and I foresee the wall here being reinforced with Castle's last armor panel.
Yeah, they want to cut off all that access from that side, focus on that motorcycle tunnel especially. Yep. Utility is definitely a hard spot to deal with.
Drid, again, just on cams, trying to get as much info for his team. Now, it's still very early in the round. The info you get now is merely just going to say, hey, these are the attack operators we're going against.
Yeah, you don't want to over-drone during this phase. Doing so just gives you a bunch of intel that you can't act on directly and burns up a lot of time, unless you're droning for someone actually walking around.
Yeah, and we do see, it looks as though Sledge has made his way into the bar. Thermite as well, going to open up that bar drop hatch into the motorcycle room.
Most likely he's going to open up storage, probably for his other right here. There he goes for it. That's a good angle down into that church area.
And here is Yogurts grabbing the drone, knows that, hey, garage is clear. Blackbeard's going to go down. Let me drone it out for him so he can push on forward.
They definitely want to push this tunnel. It was obviously smart of gBots to basically focus on this tunnel, give themselves that little escape hatch there, as Drid does need to back off.
Yeah, and so here we are, all 5 defenders on site between the multiple rooms downstairs in the bottom floor.
This is definitely one spot you see everyone on site.
Definitely, yeah. So Falco has thrown a couple nades, tried to get rid of the castle wall, might have just got rid of some of the barbed wire, but he will drop. Now he's going to start hitting it. There is no more devices he's got to open it up, and this is why the castle is kind of the counter to Buck.
Yeah, he's become a little more important now that people are figuring out how to use him. One of those Season 1 operators that made a comeback in Season 2.
So 6 still up top, looking to see if that castle wall will get opened up. They're going to call in the hammers of Sledge, but he misses strike
So many
1,
missed sledges.
but he gets strike 2, and there is Pulse
Oh,
trying to get the
missing that
shot.
shot.
Not quite sure what 6 did there. Little slow reaction, and Extrusion will pick up the kill onto Capital. And also it looks as though Sledge gets downed from the hallway.
6 definitely not their best shooter. Missing that shot, crucial.
There is one shot. Falco picks it up. I'm sorry, Wesker picked up the kill onto Yogurts. So now it is a 3-3. However, Smoke is crawling away. Looks as though 2 have dropped into the motorcycle room. And Buck has made his way in. Lion still crawling back through the hall. Wesker picks up the shot onto Renshiro. 6 gets Lion finally. And the diffuser tries to get planted, but he's going to go over behind the bomb and behind the box to try to get it.
Smart.
Buck over here to the right side. He downs Extrusion. It's all up to Wesker. There's not too much time. He's going to finish off Extrusion, and now it's a 1v2. All up to Wesker, who's going to push in. Puts a couple bullets into Falco, though. Falco does have some good aim, so it's very unlikely Wesker will win this. We're going to see here. Wesker goes back and forth, pulls out the cam there, lets his team call out where they are. He now should know that Falco's on the left side. He does pre-fire it, pushes on in, and he's already over in the garage, or in the arsenal room. Downs one, he's going to push in, but Thermite gets the kill onto Wesker there for the final.
I like that play by Wesker. He tried to play any angle he could. Pre-firing on Falco worked out pretty well. It was a hard angle to push. Throwing that camera to let his teammates do the work, really good, really smart play. That's one of those plays where it reminds you that these are professionals, not people that just panic in those super clutch situations like that. Diffuser was down. You're just playing every second that you're moving around. You're burning up your own time to do something about it. I almost thought he might have been able to pull that off, but getting 1 kill at least on that, still got to feel good.
Yeah, and like you said, the cam thrown in the middle of the situation into the room to let his team call out and just identify where they're at, to me, that's the signs of a very well thought out, very, we'll call it front-faced player.
Yeah.
Who knows what he needs to do. He's very situational thinking. He's clear-minded. He understands that, hey, I don't want to go in blind. I have these utilities. Let me use them. Even if it takes me 2-3 seconds, that 2-3 seconds could be the difference between winning and losing.
And that's also thinking about your teammates and how your teammates can still help while they're dead. And I think that's something that's maybe a little underused, especially by teams that just don't communicate as well.
10 seconds to insertion.
So 10 seconds left in the defense prep phase.
Looks like they're doing something similar.
5 seconds to insertion.
And we do see an ADS obviously going down here inside of the garage hallway.
Interesting, they did bring a rook and they brought a mute.
To locate
All
a bomb
things.
and defuse.
Yeah, and I think biggest reason, so they don't get droned out. They know gBots is heavy on the drones, so hopefully these mute charges are going to be in the benefit.
Yeah, they could also potentially use them on the castle doors, but we haven't seen a lot of breach charges used in castle doors. It's probably not going to be very effective.
And here we see all defenders again on site. They've rotated back there, and now it's going to be up to the attackers to finish clearing out the floors, although for the most part, they're going to make the assumption it's clear.
Well, they just got spotted setting up that camera, so that's not going to help.
So there's Extrusion. He's going to go down the garage hall. Doesn't have any breach charges, so he's going to most likely hit that 11, 12 times till it finally gets broken. Goga is now going to drone out for Drid. Drid's clearing out the kitchen. Looks as though the floor inside of the kitchen hall will get opened up. There's that mute jammer we were just talking about.
Yeah, effective. That range buff, I think, was definitely super important to make him a viable operator.
And so now Spoken is here. Here comes Blackbeard. Ready? Is Castle going to make the wrong move? He tries to go for the peek,
So
and
close.
he saw the feet. And it will be Blackbeard showing his toes a little bit too early as 6 picks up the shot on the Wesker. Spoken does get that shot onto Blackbeard.
Oh, that's going to really put a chick in there. Their defense or attack is just falling apart now.
And 6 also got the kill onto Lion. So now it's a 5v2. Diffuser right above Spoken inside of the stockroom. Looks as though Capital rotated, picked it up, looking to get the kill onto Spoken, puts a couple bullets into his legs, incendiary arrows go out, and he hits him in the chest, but he's got time to run away with his life.
Unfortunately,
But he runs into the fire that he just escaped out of.
Nicely played.
And bye-bye Yogurts.
Capito.
So there it is, 2 on 4, although it's not looking good for Ash, who got downed inside of the generator hallway. gBots, Drid, at the top of the drop hatch. He's going to just smoke it out, drop, and try to go for a Hail Mary here. 1v4.
Oh, fakesies.
He fakes it. He puts the smoke there, and I'm not quite sure. Is he going to try to go down the main stairs?
He's got to be.
That's one heck of a hellhole he's going to have to go through.
Yeah, it's not like he has a thermite charge to be able to open up the kitchen. He's just going to have to YOLO this.
At this point, Falco knows he's there, and he turns the corner and gets the kill.
Well played by Falco, saying, you know what, we don't know where he's coming from. I better hold this angle just in case. Very prepared for that. He didn't exactly come the most quietly either. He wasn't tiptoeing, so kind of gave away that he was coming.
I want to make a call out to Battle Eye here, who's been going ham the entire night.
Yeah, just doesn't quit.
Just doesn't quit. Took a little bit of a sleeper there for a week or so.
Had to rethink things.
Back in action.
Yeah. Adapting just like the other team needs to here. gBots not adapting quite so well just yet as Battle Eye is. They're going to have to try and bring it back on their defense around here.
As we had said, this is Yunktis' map. This is where they're strong. This is where they feel at home. And
we're seeing that.
We are seeing that.
I mean, I liked that attack before, but once it started falling apart, they just had too few people to pull anything off. But they do have a decent defensive setup. It's just all down to their gunplay and how they single out Yunktis' operators and try and pick them apart. Without singling out them, they're losing these 1v1 fights. And it's just not paying off for them. They need to do more crossfire, more flanks, things like that. Kind of whittle down the attackers. Then when that attack pushes in, it's going to be much weaker.
Yeah, and so we are here in the last seconds of the prep phase. Everyone once again has come back home on site.
Looking like it might be a bit of a different castle setup this time. We don't see him doing this door as he did last time. Might have switched around to doing the utility tunnel instead. Not a bad idea, of course.
So here we are. We've got Falco playing Buck like he has in the past, droning out the stripper.
Definitely one of the best Bucks I've seen in terms of players. I mean, I guess that's a given from such a strong player either way, but definitely some good Buck play, instructor for others.
So what I'm seeing is again, another typical push. We're going to have a push with Blackbeard going down the garage hall. He's probably going to have a Capitao or a Sledge or someone with him, either droning for him or just flat out helping him make his way down there. Nade's going to go and get the castle wall. I would expect the castle wall to be destroyed afterwards, after he gets down here, so they can make sure he doesn't get headshotted as he drops.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
But fortunately, no harm, no foul.
I mean, personally, I'm a bigger fan of the push down the stairs. As often I see Blackbeard get killed down there, more often than he gets killed when he's on the stairwell, but maybe just does a lot more damage right there, and they really want to secure that. We've seen them want to secure that hallway, so they push through that hole that you just saw right there from Jaeger's point of view. So they are going to spot him in there with those Valkyrie cameras, though.
And so we do have Yogurt, who is Sledge, is now at the back of that garage hallway. Looks as though Blackbeard, like you had mentioned, might be rotating around to the main stairs. No, he's actually still down here. From that point of view that we were just watching Castle, you can't even see the outline. There it is.
He's hiding behind him.
There it is. So Yogurt and Blackbeard are making their way down into the garage hall. Now, this is a great angle Extrusion has, but it's also a predictable one. A lot of people know that there's going to be someone there, and Renshiro picks up the first kill onto Jaeger inside of the church hall.
And that's, I guess, the advantage of taking that is you want to get that crossfire into church, so these guys that are upstairs can also try and push from that church drop.
Yeah, Lion picks up the kill onto Falco. That's going to be Buck no longer with us. And now it's a 4-4, but Extrusion there holding the angle. Blackbeard knows it. He's trying to go for the peak, and Yogurt had backed up, letting Blackbeard kind of just get crumbled in the corner.
I think they're a little worried about crossfire as well, just accidentally shooting each other.
So here we go. Yogurt is going to drone him out, call it out, but it does look as though Blackbeard will get deagled by Drid. So now Yogurt is the last man alive. Yunktis trying to hold off here, but it is going to be gBots taking this round for the most part. And a couple of shots through the wall. Shotguns go to his face. 50 health remaining. One flick, and he gets Extrusion, but that is not enough because Lion is there to get the shotgun onto Yogurts.
Well played by gBots, adapting their defense and making sure that Blackbeard did just hold that hallway. They put a lot of eggs in that basket over on that hallway once the rest of the attack fell apart. And Blackbeard getting downed made that just too weak to be able to do anything about.
Yep, and so we see Bombsight going up to the bar in the stockroom. Again, they successfully held the basement. They're going to go up top to the bar.
Not a fun one to defend. A lot of range issues that you have to deal with that the attackers have the advantage in. A lot of walls that they can blow a lot more safely. Like, for example, the club is one where they can get in very easily and blow it and then pull in that Blackbeard. However, we have seen Yunktis play a little bit different attack strat on there that is also hard to defend.
So, answer me the logic behind here. Montaigne. But we see a Montaigne here. First time season 3 EU PC Pro League.
B plant.
B
I
plant.
think they want to go and they want to take Buck upstairs into that cache room. They want to open up the floor above where the diffuser is going to be planted so they can shoot anyone once it's planted. They want to bring Montaigne in there to deny anyone coming in the doorway. And so that way they can hold the doorway. Sometimes it's holding the doorway on that outside part where the stairs are so that they can hold him on the doorway and then just move slightly to the side and let someone fire.
So which door are we talking about here? Are we talking about the one that Valkyrie just went through by the main hall, this lounge, or are we talking about one of the ones in sight?
So I'm thinking one of the ones in sight, but it could be either the outside doorway, one of the two outside doorways, or that one inside doorway. Now that the wall's open right there, I don't think that inside doorway is going to make much of a difference if you block that. But the outside doorways could be crucial if you can have him stand there and move just slightly to the side and let people fire. He just becomes this big wall to watch basically the diffuser.
And here is that walking wall extrusion starting out by the kennels. And as you had mentioned, it will be looking like a B plant. Whether or not it happens, stick around here because we will find out. Goga droning out cache room scene. It's all clear.
Looks like they're taking a little bit out of Yunktis' playbook in terms of wanting to push for this side. Not wanting to waste their time with the other one. Interesting, though, to see a round finally without a Blackbeard because they brought in the Montaigne. That's
Oh, and there's
first
C4 for Montaigne. Doesn't get him. It hurts him, but not too much, and he's still going to be there steady and strong. They now know Valkyrie's inside of the stock room, and that's going to be the Valk cam that she threw out from the window that spots it. So you can already see she's still on it.
probably more important that they know Montaigne's there. They kind of have an idea what the strategy is going to be with that.
Definitely. So Montaigne actually did just spot her.
There's that
Puts
Buck
the shield back up.
opening the ceiling up there so he could cover the diffuser like we expect. It's very strong when you do that because once you're above the diffuser, like they're going to have to C4 you out.
Here comes some fire back and forth through the floor and the ceiling, and Buck narrowly escapes with his life, and Jaeger picks up the kill into Goga. That's going to be an Ash that doesn't make it to the round here. So now Lion playing Thermite outside with his buddy Montaigne, moving on up. And it's going to be some shots ricocheting off and getting him. Renshiro picks up the kill into Lion, and Six Square finally picks up the shot onto Wesker. Extrusion, though, pistols his way to Yogurt and does get the kill. So now it is a 2v4. Drid, they know he's upstairs in cash room. They know Montaigne's out by stock room, and it looks like Drid will get killed. Spoken's out here, throws the smoke, and it will hurt Extrusion, but doesn't kill him. He puts his shield all the way back up, smokes it off. 60 seconds left, and Smoke has one gas grenade remaining. No C4. Falco looking to see if he can make a push outside of the kitchen hallway here. And there's going to be Buck when he drops, and he is there waiting. Falco, nice shot onto Drid. And here is the last remaining attacker. It's all for Extrusion, except for the headshot right there.
Yeah, that Montaigne thing, probably the reason we don't see it often. It's great if you have friends, but if your friend Thermite dies right next to you, you can't do a whole lot at that point. It was really all on Buck, and Buck was busy with doing his own thing and dropping right into Falco's bullets.
So that's one of the things that I think is a downside to Montaigne. The fact that when his shield is fully extended, it takes, I'd consider it a long amount of time for it to be unextended, for him to put it back up so he can crouch and pull at his gun and that sort of stuff. So when the shield's fully extended, most defenders are going to say, okay, let me shoot the person behind you that's trying to use you as a wall to peek.
Exactly, and that's why I hope to see Blitzman could come back at some point, as he can be a one-man army when played well, because the ability to flash someone gives him the opportunity to ADS much safer.
Definitely.
It's hard to push up and melee him if he could just blind you while you're doing it.
So
They are going to be stuck coming up to the bar here as well.
we do see, looks again, a no rook on middle floor here.
Now they really want that Pulse and Castle choice. I mean, Jaeger is almost a given every time.
As
So
well
it's
as Valkyrie.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of who you switch up from there. Sometimes Smoke not taken, but Smoke is such a good utility and kill operator, with that SMG-11 being so lethal as well.
So they're already pre-opening up the pool table,
Interesting choice.
but it doesn't look like they're actually going to hold Stripper.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the logic is behind that.
They've
Giving
opened
it
it
for
all
free.
up, and they're nowhere near Stripper, except for Wesker, who's just reinforcing the door now. Now this is a little bit different of a strategy. Maybe they're trying to play the retake or bait them into pool.
I feel like if this works, my mind is going to be blown.
So here we have some more reinforcements going down by the gym, or by the garage.
This is a nice spot to hide. Cash room being a good, strong spot to kind of hang out in if you're going to be that late game roamer. A lot of teams know that, though, and will drone it out. but it's a little unpredictable.
So here it is. The attackers are already making their way into Stripper. They know, hey, there's no one in there. They've droned it out. They know the hole in the pool is open. Are they going to be baited? Let's take a quick look at what the layout looks like. We see Valkyrie right over the other side of the brick wall. We see Drid just in the middle of the bar, pulling out his device, his heartbeat sensor. Is he going to spot anyone? Not quite yet. They're not close enough. But we do see Renshiro here making his way. Nice Valcam. Nice Valcam. Blends right in with the blue neon lights above.
Got to hide it right in the camouflage.
Reloading!
See, why did they give them this for free?
I am not entirely sure, but Renshiro is taking full advantage of it. He's not going anywhere. Goga coming up from underneath. Is there someone above him? He does hear Yogurt. He hears him, and Pulse is going to go for the kill here. To the push, and it will be Sledge getting the shot down onto him, only taking 50 health. Here comes another drone, but Jaeger is still under the stairs. If he hears the drone, is he going to make the push? He will not. He will not. So he's
So
going to...
much cat and mouse.
So much cat and mouse happening right now. So Renshiro still inside a Stripper. Castle outside by the brick wall. Is there going to be a push? Now Buck and Thermite are on the top floor above bar.
That's what you want to do. You want to take control of that gym so you can shoot through that floor and make a nice attack on when you get the diffuser down. A lot of that happening on this particular map in bomb site.
Yeah, I'm still not quite sure why gBots gave up the Stripper, opened up the wall so easily, but it looks as though Yunktis is taking no delay in taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I don't know about a retake on there. I don't know what the retake strategy would be if you give up the top floor like that. Have the hatch open now, and they can have advantage of it. Interesting choice there.
He saw Lion's feet, throws the Capital arrow there, burns him to death, and then he takes a couple shots, but Valkyrie's out there by Garage, lights up Spoke just a little bit, down to 50 health, but it will be Extrusion going down, and Smoke is injured. Last one alive is going to be Valkyrie, and will Spoken get the kill? No, it's going to be Yogurt picking up the kill into Wesker for that round.
Spoken still gets credit for line, though, at least.
Yes, definitely. So we are here as a 4-1. Yunktis has now almost secured the second map.
I'm going to have to talk to gBots and ask what they were thinking right there, because I did not see it happening.
Agreed. Agreed.
Now Yunktis are back down to the basement. Not looking good at all for gBots. Put them on the strongest site with a strong team, already down by 3 rounds.
Attackers need to locate
This could be the end here.
This very well could be, and that would make it a 5-1 all around?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sorry,
well, no.
it
I
did
mean,
go into
5-1.
overtime.
Yeah.
It would be the third 5-1 of today.
Yeah, almost all 5-1s.
Almost all 5-1s, but no, it looks as though gBots decided they were going to put up a huge fight on the first map. But this one, they're looking a little sloppy.
Yeah.
Not even a little, I dare say very sloppy.
Yeah, I'm just not certain on a lot of their strategies. Their Montaigne strategy did not pay off. Opening up that wall did not pay off. I feel like they know how to play the basement a little bit, but outside of that, their strategies just don't make a lot of sense.
So, the last strategy that I can think of why they're doing all this is to just hide it until they make it to land. But at this rate, they won't make it to land.
Or to see how it plays off against the team that's normally really good.
Yep.
Just in case, I guess, while you're early in the playoffs and have a chance to make up for some of these points.
I mean, as we said before, being random might be the way to go against a team that's expecting the unexpected.
Yeah. But unfortunately, so far not seeing that happening. Good setup here by Yunktis. Typical, not going to change a whole lot as it's worked pretty well. They are going to bring the Rook, the Mute, and the Castle, and just keeping the classic Valkyrie and Jaeger. No smoke, though, to deny any kind of plant, but they definitely have some powerful people here, some good utility.
And so it looks as though we've got Wesker Sinbar, as well as Extrusions over here in Garage. Now again, he's going to drop. We're going to see him make a move with Capital. Capital's going to open up the castle wall.
Interesting they brought a Mute. I wonder if that, or not a Mute, but a Thatcher. I wonder if that's for the Mute jammers.
Potentially. They have played Mute in the past on this bomb site, so...
Yeah. Good adaptation if that's true. This is a particular spot that I've seen a lot of teams use, this particular angle that Wesker's looking at. It's a very nice, strong angle.
And that's going to allow them to get a nice angle down into the kitchen, or into the arsenal below kitchen floor.
This is where you usually see Buck doing his thing, but they didn't bring a Buck, so they're having to waste their breach charges and grenades.
And nor Sledge either. No Sledge nor Buck. They know the floor is breachable. They know what they want to do. They want to take away those angles. But again, not choosing the correct operators.
Yeah, I would have taken a Buck or Sledge over Thatcher in this case, but They're really worried about those mute jammers, I guess.
So here is Renshiro spotting Thermite and Sledge. They know both of them are right here, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a floor bang coming here shortly. But Yogurts, again, on the cam, Spoken, moving in and out of the generator hall, back into church, back and forth. Drone comes into blue hall, and he will actually knock it off here.
Oh, so close to Wesker seeing
Just
him.
about to be in the
There
line
you
of sight.
go.
He turns his head.
Oh, did he see it?
There
Nope.
it is. He killed the drone. Capital's arrow goes its way, and now it's Falco that finished it off.
They really got to get this droning, and that's why they definitely wanted to kill those jammers. Brought that Thatcher for a good reason.
So the attackers have made their way downstairs on the main stairwell. Can Thermite open up the wall? Wesker picks up the kill onto 6, and Extrusion picks up the kill onto Yogurts. But then it's going to be Falco getting the trade onto Drid. So now it's a 3-5, and the Thermite charge goes off. There is no bandit, no mute left alive. Spoken gets the kill onto Extrusion. Some pre-fires right behind the minibar. And Lion trying to open up the doorway here. They know he's hitting it. They see his gun. They see the clip. It does get open, and Lion is just looking for it right now.
Interesting
3 on 3,
strategy.
15 seconds left to go in the round. Wesker looking down towards Armory. Tries to get the kill. He picked up the kill onto Mute, and Goga picks the kill onto Renshiro, and it is going to be Goga picking up the final kill onto Spoken.
That was a surprising attack from gBots. Adapting, bringing the Thatcher, not bringing anyone to take care of the floors, but still doing what they could with the floors, and just brutally slaughtering them once they got downstairs. Very impressive adaptation on a site that should have been much harder to attack. Perhaps Yunktis slipped, or perhaps gBots have figured them out.
It could go one way or the other. What I did notice, though, that I liked there from the attack side at the very end, once Thermite blew that wall open, Ash pushed in. Thermite held onto the doorway that once that got opened up, they knew, Valkyrie, you're stuck in motorcycle.
Yeah,
Keep
good
going.
luck.
Ash came around and ultimately got that kill.
Yeah, and I'm surprised too that they let that get down so easily, because that is a particular attack strat that Yunktis had to deal with a lot during the finals.
Yep.
Both from Orbit at the time and from Flipside. It was something they did back and forth constantly. So
What I haven't seen yet that we've seen throughout all of the Season 2 finals was the wall right above these doorways, right above these walls getting opened up.
Yeah,
little
the
holes to
C4.
throw the C4, finish off Thermite, whoever might be in that hallway,
just not seeing it.
not seeing it.
Perhaps we'll see it this round as gBots are now in defense, maybe having to worry about that same attack strat as Yunktis have used it successfully in the past, and sometimes dealt with that C4, sometimes not. They aren't bringing anyone unexpected on the attack though, and the defenders aren't bringing anyone unexpected as well. So we may see a lot of the same at first until both teams decide to start getting kills down and adapting accordingly.
Yeah, so during the secondary drone phase, which everyone decides they're going to drone out the rest of Stripper, the rest of Cash Room, above Bar, all the good stuffs, we will see Thermite making his way towards Bar.
He's feeling confident.
Very confident, just moving his way in. So we do have all 5 defenders on site, as always, on this map.
It's funny, I always see the teams droning the heck out of the top floors quickly, just drone discipline. I almost never see a roamer there though, so it's like it does burn up a little bit of time just to feel extra secure.
But it's that one time. That
Yep.
one time you don't drone is the one time they're going to have a Caveira and it's going to kill you.
Yeah, I want to see like a mute throw down a jammer somewhere and just block them from droning him out.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So we do see the motorcycle drop hatch getting opened up from Bar. That's going to be a nice entry point for Thatcher and Thermite, who's at the top there. I'm sorry, Sledge and Thermite.
They definitely want to push down that side. I'm thinking they might want to try and go for a church plant.
That's the push that I'm seeing here as well. It doesn't look like there's going to be too much happening by construction, by kitchen. But we do see Capital's drone here inside of the generator hall. Notices that no one's in here.
Yeah.
Does he make a push for it? I think he will.
Might as
Looks as
well.
though he droned it out. He will drop down in and make a push from there. Moving on over to Yogurts. He's at the top of the bar, looking through the drop hatch, and he has spotted Pulse, called him out that he's moving on in.
Drid doesn't want to give up that hallway so easily.
And so this is going to be the second Thermite wall. This is what you want to get open, 6. And it looks as though
He's
he
worried.
might do that. He's waiting for that push there.
That's why those kill holes could be scary and threatening, even without having a person on them.
So here we are. Drid is now preoccupied with Capital back there. And Thermite trying to open up the wall. Here it is. It does get opened. And Yogurt's still holding the push from Church into the motorcycle. Spoken again, droning on his drone.
Yeah, Capital keeping Drid busy there is going to make a huge difference on this on the church push here.
Yeah, so the wall got opened up, and 6 got the kill onto Smoke. So now Wesker's stuck in Arsenal. Gago is right behind the bomb, and I'm not quite sure he's been droned yet, but he has been killed by Renshiro from the generator hall. And so now we're up to Extrusion. Extrusion? I'm sorry, not the Generator Hall, but yes. Extrusion has picked up the kill into Yogurts. So now 3-3, 30 seconds left, and Drid's trying to come around from behind, going for the flank. Now he's a 3-speed operator, so he might get there in time, but Renshiro's already here, so he's going to drop behind Renshiro. He's going to drop right here after he sees Blackbeard, but Blackbeard's waiting for the kill, and that will be Drid not getting the kill. Square, inside of the church. Diffuser has been planted, and it's now up to Castle, and it's up to Wesker playing Valkyrie. He's going to try to push from Generator Hall. Been reinforced on one side, so he won't get the perfect angle. And Wesker gets the shot on the 6. 2-2 now. Diffuser planted, half the time remaining. There's going to be one in the main hall. He picks up the kill. He gets Blackbeard, and Wesker does get the final kill. So will they be able to get the Diffuser in time? Let's head on over to Castle to see if he's going to smack it. He will have plenty of time, and that's going to be gBots hanging on by a thread.
I did not see that coming. The Yunktis had such a strong hold. They planted the diffuser, they had the angles, but just those unexpected rotate flanks, just the way they came around on all those different sides. I mean, after he tried to, one of them tried to flank Blackbeard and failed to do so, I thought that's it for them. But wow.
I'm baffled at that because I know Blackbeard was on his game.
Yeah.
Knowing that, hey, there's going to be a lurker, let me look up at the hatch, right at the perfect timing, I might add, because Pulse came right there. Now, what happened after that? Just torn apart.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if he just was such low health that just any little ping on him was enough to take him down, and that's the only reason that he lost that fight.
Yep.
However, they are going back down to their strong suit again, but gBots have a chance to put this into overtime if they can win one more round and make it similar to what we saw last map. They do not want to go down easily. This looked like it was going to be a 5-1. gBots taking 2 rounds in a row with very unexpected plays. I'm pretty excited to see how this round goes down because I am definitely not counting gBots out at this point.
Definitely. So we are here. Extrusion again, droning outside. Let's see what's going to go on. So bomb sites in the basement. Expected after the bar carry. Anything we could expect to see? I mean, we see now C4 being blown open instead of shotgun holes, but again, going to be typical defense hold.
So what's different from last time is they're bringing Pulse here instead of Mute.
Yeah, they are.
And no Castle as well. So they're going for a very different defense because they lost this last time to gBots, which was very unexpected. So they're totally changing up what they're doing. Falco's going to go for this Pulse roam now. He's going to play this late game, sneak around behind them. I have an idea where they're at kind of thing. Whenever he feels like it, either that or he's just going to play sight and kind of call out where they're at. You see 6 Court decided to go with the Rook this time.
Yep.
So they're going a little bit more traditional in terms of their defense, not going with that Mute. They decided, you know what, they brought Thatcher last time, and it kind of worked because they tricked him into bringing Thatcher this time unnecessarily.
I haven't seen Smoke be overly effective on this map, so I'm figuring that's why they are just not playing in this round.
What I see him used for sometimes is that church drop. Getting the Smoke, if they put like a deployable shield, for example, Smoke over that church drop kind of traps him in there a little bit, but again, like you said, we haven't seen a lot of use of it, other than trying to stop Montaigne that one time on the upper bomb spot.
We see Pulse has been droned outside of the stripper, and now God goes inside a pool, and Drid's going to move on in, but Pulse picks up the kill. Can he get another shot onto Goga? He peeks, and he will not get it. Will get downed. That is a 1-for-1 trade. Capital for Pulse. I think it's an even trade.
I would say it was worth it, but given how strong Falco is in the roam, keeping him alive is so much more valuable than trading that early into the round. So we'll see, though, as that was one of their more interesting operator choices this time, now downed. They also have a Bandit, which is a surprise as well. I'm not sure what he's used for, other than perhaps the gun.
Goga finished droning the generator hall. He's now working his way down with Thatcher, and he's going to open up the doorway and possibly get some of the barbed wire here.
They may actually be trying to battery juggle that church wall that right there that we've seen them blown in the past.
Blackbeard has Blackbeard has just seen the wall or the floor of barbed wire that he has to cross. This is going to be
no
one
fun.
Heck of a feat if he can make it through still alive. So now, still, 60 seconds left to go, 4-on-4. Ash is down here along with Thatcher. Looks like a Thermite still down here as well.
So they want to get that wall open.
3 attackers are going to be at the bottom of the main stairs. Blackbeard pushing solo all the way down and picks up the shot onto Jaeger, but unfortunately gets downed in the process. Now it's 3-2 because there is no time to go up and pick Extrusion up. However, Spoken gets the shot onto Wesker, so now it's 2-2. Valkyrie and Bandit very low health, down to the lick right there as Bandit is inside of the generator hall. So 2-2, 25 seconds left to go. The wall will get open, and Renchiro's going to try to poke in to the motorcycle, but we've got, looks as though Goga is there, ready for the shots. He does down Spoken, but it is going to be Valkyrie coming up, and Thermite tries to come around from the flank, but Valkyrie is there and gets the kill, and that will be Yunktis taking the win 5-3 on Clubhouse, securing all 3 points for today's round.
I thought for sure they were done there. Renchiro's clutch really sealed the deal for the Yunktis because they were just down so many people. Bandit was like at low health on that defense.
Yep.
Like it was really down to just the one-man clutch pretty much at that point. But obviously Bandit was enough of a distraction for Renchiro to just pull off MVP for a reason there.
Yes, and honestly, I think what